Jimmy Rings is back. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Paramount Plus making a pretty big oopsie confirming the release date or the streaming beginning date for season 2. Now, I want to talk about what is happening here because we're going to get a pretty big trailer, I suspect, but also like the clear confirmation, even though there was already a confirmation that got deleted from Paramount on the description of these YouTube episodes. However, I want to talk about what is, in store for us because I still cry myself to sleep sometimes thinking about season 1. They spent $90 million on this season and I think have about the same budget for season 2 with just about $200 million in store for this whole thing that they've worked on. I wish they just went with animated version of it and also respected the lore, but I digress. Season 2, could it be much better than season 1? And I'm dying to figure this out, and really only time will tell because there has been an extra year gap than we expected. We thought it was going to be just 1 year, but it was supposed to come out like earlier in like 2023, but now it's almost like coming out in February 8th on 2024. So that whole year gap makes me hopeful. Maybe they spent some extra time writing, maybe they spent some extra time like developing the story, taking in fan feedback, but also who the hell am I kidding? Because this is probably going to be a train wreck, right? Now, regarding season 1, Master Chief is completely mischaracterized throughout the whole thing. I think Cortana is nailed really well. I really liked Halsey, and I'm going off like loose memory because I haven't rewatched it just for this video, but I really liked some of the characters. Parangoski was kind of well done, even though there was also some cringe dialogue. There was also a lot of cringe moments that did not make any sense. Now, speaking of cringe, I might make some of y'all cringe by saying this, but I think season 1 is worth watching. And I say this not like you should watch it with your full attention necessarily, because some of the writing and some of the storytelling and plot is just so stupid. And there's a couple like episodes you could really skip, like Kwan's episode is just trash. There's a few episodes you don't need, but like the props is just amazing. The budget is there. It really does feel just like a movie. The world building, the scene building is just phenomenal. And I actually do think a lot of the acting is pretty well done. I just think that they're working with like a really cringe story. I also thought that the action scenes were really awesome and that Spartans were really well characterized. As far as like that one black Spartan goes, I actually think all the other Spartans were completely mischaracterized as well from canon, but whatever, I digress. They broke canon so much. In fact, I think Paramount Plus's biggest problem moving into season 2 is how Master Chief just lost his virginity, of course, with the Covenant spy. And now he actually allowed her into a situation where she touched that foreigner beacon that gave away the location of Planet Reach. That's the first big issue. Master Chief, John, is responsible for the entire destruction of Planet Reach. That is one big, massive issue that is probably going to actually be the case in season 2. That is going to be the most stupidest writing. If that is actually what happens and how it unfolds, that is going to be a disaster. Now, I am actually excited a little bit for season 2 because usually if you look at a lot of TV shows, season 1 suck. They set up the characters, they're all over the place, but hopefully season 2 will redeem Halo canon and kind of get us into a good position because that will be the beginning of the fall of Reach. There's some things that they just can't simply change, like Master Chief being a little baby boy, a little bitch, and how he has like the emotional maturity of a 12-year-old. And all that, just because of something that they put in his spine, which is not canon at all. But hopefully, season 1 was just like a pilot season so that they can make all the mistakes there, and we can actually really begin to enjoy this show. Because season 2 is going to be the downfall of Reach, most likely, unless they take this into a completely different direction, because this is not canon, it's the Silver timeline. The next big issue, and this one is not nearly known as much, is that on the back of the box art of the Blu-ray for the Halo the series is that it clearly says that there is a territorial dispute with the Covenant. So that the Covenant in the Silver timeline are not following some great journey and trying to commit genocide against humanity because of religious reasons, and how like the humanities actually like the reclaimers, right? And that this is like a huge conspiracy. This is actually because humanity spread too far out in the galaxy, and the Covenant are mad because they're taking our planets. That seems to be the context of it. I will say, the prophets, the San Shayom or whatever, are absolutely well done, and I really do like them. I'm glad that they got rid of the Covenant spy lady, because now we can just enjoy like really nice, cool, high charity shots and stuff like that. And hopefully, we will get into like the real meat and potatoes of the fall of Reach. You guys know that I'm a huge fan of that period in Halo lore, and most of you guys probably are as well. I mean, it's what set the foundation of Halo 1 and Halo Reach, right? So now, Season 2 has a lot going for it, actually. I think there is a lot of potential here, but I really hope that Magical gets glassed. And I say this in a comical way, but also, like, I really do genuinely hope it, because one, Quan is a really annoying character. Maybe she was written that way. I think she could probably be redeemed, but literally I counted there's 3 or 4 different times in Season 1 where she yells and screams and calls everyone else a coward, yet she doesn't fight. She causes a riot where a lot of people die. She causes I think her aunt to die, right? She causes someone else a lot of trouble, and she tries to kill Chief, which is the only person helping her. She is just the most unlikable character, not in like a cool narrative way. Like, I genuinely want her off the screen. I fast forward through her scenes. Magical does not need independence; it needs to be glassed. Okay, I'm tired of hearing about Magical. Maybe Quan will realize if her planet gets glassed, they will that the Covenant is a serious threat, and she'll help Master Chief and stop being a big baby. Now, it has another issue where basically at the end of the finale, Master Chief dies, so his his body is being driven around by Cortana, and he is pretty much presumed dead by the end of it. So I think that this is gonna be a little bit awkward. I think obviously he's gonna come back to life, and then he's gonna realize, oh, I got Reach destroyed. There's also Atriox in the show too, which I thought was a little bit out of place. I guess they're setting him up for like, far, far in the future, and to be like one of the people that like betray the prophets, because by this time he's already betrayed the prophets like long before this, right? So, with that being said, should you watch season 1 in preparation? I don't know. I mean, it really depends if you're okay with watching something that kind of insults the lore, because clearly the showrunners, whatever, do not care about Halo fans. They don't really want to respect the canon, but at the same time, there's clearly a lot of money, a lot of talent, whether that be CG or actors or the prop team and everyone else that kind of like put this together. There's so much talent. It is such a mixed bag. So I'm not gonna sit here and say it's all bad and you shouldn't watch it, because there's a lot of really good stuff here that I feel like Halo fans should be exposed to. Very clearly, Paramount has a bigger problem than this just not being canon, because that already upsets enough people. But okay, let's sit back and enjoy their version of Halo. Well, personally, I can't, because they've written bad characters, they've written themselves plot holes, they've made main characters unlikable where I want to skip past their crap. They waste my time with preachy shit about the UNSC and like kind of like, fighting the corporate man and stuff. It's just playing off really old and done cliches, and their writing actually contradicts itself. So it's not that it's just not canon, it's just that their writing sucks ass. Like, oh my god, I want to bang my head when like literally Parangaski and like the other guy, Lord Hood or whatever, were like standing with the person that they knew would give the location of Reach away, and they were talking with her in the room like, what are you doing? Shoot her, arrest her, throw yourself at her, do not let her touch the artifact. And they just allowed her to walk up to it. Like, what are you doing with this writing? Like, it is so atrocious and cringe. It's more than I just hope that the writing and the dialogue and the dumb like plot holes and things like that are not present so we don't have to suffer through this cuz clearly we want to watch this as Halo fans. Clearly we are excited about it. I think at least I am to some extent. I'm just cringing. I just don't want it to be this bad. Like this is such a good opportunity. I love Halo. I really love Halo, and I love seeing it get so much money funneled into such a massive project. I just feel like Paramount is a bit like they think that they're above everyone. They don't listen to fan feedback. They don't. They're so Hollywood. It's just unbelievable how much they do not give a shit. They just see this as a property to make money from. I think what's so mind-boggling about this whole thing is how many millions of dollars they throw at it, and yet there are scenes that literally anyone that doesn't even know anything about Halo could say, "Hey, I know that person's motive, I know that person's motive. Why are they doing it like that? Why are they talking like this? And why are they not doing this instead or anything else than what they're actually doing?" It's not even just like they don't understand Halo because that's an issue, but it's like they don't even understand how to write a script or a screenplay because some of this stuff is like literally it feels like they wrote it half asleep or intoxicated and they never let anyone read it and it just like went to post. Like they're just like done and then they filmed it with a $90 million budget. So, season 2 is a pretty low bar. I think they can do better and I'm looking forward to it. I'll catch you guys in the next one soon. Peace.